Hello guys, so today I'm making a video for those of you, my clients, who are complaining about a lack of structure in their lives, or they frequently find themselves not doing what they're supposed to be doing or calling themselves procrastinators or lazy, or basically not being able to do chores or jobs, or to have a structure in your life, or to have self-discipline, or to have impulse control issues. Okay, so this video is for you guys, and this is I'm suggesting an exercise for you to solve this issue. And I'm also addressing that client, or that person who has not had structure in their earlier childhood, the one who has not had parents or grandparents or caregivers who have helped you create routines that you can always go to in order to have a non-chaotic life, in order to have structure in your life. Okay, so the issue with self-discipline, we are not born as human beings knowing what we're supposed to do or how we're supposed to care for ourselves. Normally, we learn that in our families. Normally, or ideally for some people, but normally, our parents are the ones who give us structure. And the structure is not only referring to physiological needs, like now is eating time, now is brushing your teeth time, now is homework time. Here's what nutritious food is, so you don't end up overweight and risking diabetes as a child. Here is when we do physical exercise, okay, introducing some sports into the child's schedule. Or here's when we go to school, and here's when it's homework time, if I haven't mentioned this already. Or stuff that has to do with intellectual pursuits, so to speak. Routines that have to do with cognitive development, routines that have to do with physical development, and eating nutritious food, and doing the right thing for our bodies, respecting a sleeping pattern, having a sleeping routine that helps the child feel awake and productive during the day. And we don't go to sleep at 10 if you feel like it, or 12 if you feel like it. The child doesn't want to sleep, so we don't go to sleep. No. Usually, mother, father, whoever is in charge of you helps you go to sleep, for example, as a little child around 7, 8, and is very patient with you, that you respect this and transform it into a routine that helps you later. Okay? Now, the fact that in your teen years you're going to mess it up a little bit because your body has different needs, and you're going to have less need to go to sleep so early, but these are biological changes. That's a separate thing. It doesn't mean that you weren't offered the structure early on. It's just that your body has different needs for a while. Okay, so when you become an adult, if you have experienced some neglect not in the sense that, oh my God, my parents were hitting me, or no, that's abuse. But neglect can also be it's very difficult to figure out, because you can't really pinpoint what was missing. You can see what was present because it's there. I can see it, or I can feel it, or I have a memory of it. But how can you remember emotional neglect or neglect? You can't. It was something that wasn't there. So what we psychologists do is fill in the blanks. So we present development as it should have been. We help the client look, hey, this was supposed to be present in normal development and it wasn't. Now here's how we fix it. Okay? So it's very difficult to figure out what was missing. Usually some kind of neglect can be identified by a psychologist or a psychotherapist, but it's very difficult. For example, when you look at the family picture, you see who's there. You see a mother, a father, you see maybe brothers, sisters. What you don't know, what you can't see, is that maybe the father was alcoholic, or a third child is missing because they died, or, you know, all kinds of aspects that you cannot see from who is present. You can only figure out if you investigate. Okay, so this is the kind of the concept of neglect and what was missing. And when we have issues of self-discipline with clients, usually it has to do with some kind of neglect. So basically the adult, what is now my client, who is now my client, the adult has had not enough care, not sufficient care from their caregivers to offer them a structure, to offer them the routine, to offer them rituals that they can use in adult life. And sometimes you have clients who say, I had a carefree, absolutely free childhood. My parents were so relaxed. I didn't even have a curfew. I was so free. But they sometimes have productivity issues at work. They have trouble sticking to schedules. They have trouble with erratic lifestyle, chaotic personal life, chaotic professional life, you know. They don't like to do chores or jobs that don't have an immediate reward. And this is because in the first almost 20 years of life, our parents help us tolerate these kinds of routines that give structure to our lives, but are not necessarily instantly fun, like having to take out the trash or having to brush your teeth. You can't say, oh my God, I love brushing my teeth. Well, maybe those 2 minutes you spend every day doing it as a routine you don't like so much, but it's so nice to have non-stinky teeth and beautiful teeth, isn't it? So the rewards are kind of different. The rewards are not instant. The rewards are taking for granted good teeth. That this takes work. This takes a little bit of work every day. It's like an investment, a time investment in your hygiene and your quality, in your image and how you feel and stuff like that. And our parents teach us this. Okay, so the clients who have not had the benefit of a parent who offers them routine and helps them control the impulses and helps them, for example, not waste time with instantly rewarding activities like, oh yeah, play video games all day, you don't have to do homework, you don't have to go to school if you don't feel like it, you know. Then in adult age you might have trouble with abusing alcohol, or spending too much on nonsense, or wasting time on unproductive stuff, or not being able to stick to a exercising routine and keep your body in a healthy state, or you have no clue how to have good nutrition, or how to respect your eating habits or your sleeping habits. You go to sleep today, you go to sleep at 10, the next day you go to sleep at 1 a.m. and it's all chaotic and erratic. So this is when we learn self-discipline, because our parents help us with a structure. So what do? If you've reached adult age and you find yourself all over the place with your eating schedules, your sleeping patterns, your professional routines, you don't like to do boring stuff, how do you get that structure? How do you get yourself into a productive level? Okay. So my suggestion, I will offer you an exercise for this, okay, a daily exercise of what to do. But first let's talk about, you probably, because of this lack of structure, I also want to mention how you judge this. So when you fail to perform, you either judge yourself very harshly. Oh my God, I'm so lazy. Oh my God, this is not working anymore. I'm the laziest person on the earth. Nobody on earth, nobody does this like I do. I'm failing. I'm a failure. you either maybe judge yourself very harshly, or you go on the other end. It's okay. Nothing happened. It's okay. So another day wasted. Well, whoop-de-doo. No harm done. So if you oscillate between these extreme evaluations of your performance, daily performance, then this is also a lack of, guess what? Parental voice. Parental voice in the sense that a parent who is caring, offering you a structure and caring for your well-being in many, many ways, be it emotional, physical, they also have a voice that tells you, sweetie, I love you, but you have to brush your teeth. So ideally or normally, this voice is present, first of all, and it is kind, second of all. So if you skip brushing your teeth one day, it won't make you feel like a horrible child, God forbid. So it teaches you also how to judge these inconsistencies in your routine, not to completely destroy yourself, like character assassination, when you fail to accomplish something from what you set out to do. And if this is not present, then you're going to kind of figure it out by yourself and maybe go between extremes. And we need to fix this, because when you put yourself down so harshly and you label yourself in a negative way and you make yourself feel horrible for stuff you do or stuff you don't do, the fact that you have shame or strong negative emotions coming from this procedure you apply to yourself will not really motivate you to get out of the problem you're stuck in. On the contrary, since you're such a loser anyway, what's the point of trying? And if you get to that point, obviously it's not very useful. So when you notice that you're talking to yourself in a very rough, very harsh, very unforgiving way, do yourself a favor, stop, and reintroduce something else into your self-talk. Make it more adaptive. You need to tell yourself, okay, I missed an opportunity today to do this, which would have gotten me maybe one step closer to my goal, professional or personal. I will sometimes, miss the opportunity. And on some days I will, be more or less capable of using these opportunities that I get to get further. But that doesn't mean that I should label myself overall as a negative whatever, as it is my routine. So I'm going to change that routine. I'm going to label myself imperfect, and I will always be imperfect, and I will always try my best. And some days my best will be less, other days my best will be more. And that's how I want to talk to myself about my daily performance. Okay, so try to offer yourself an adaptive self-talk that will not destroy you and completely demotivate you from today or tomorrow doing it better. Now, what is going to happen in order to achieve self-discipline and structure in your life, be it for physical needs, for emotional needs, for whatever needs, is you're going to basically rewire your brain for routines. And when I say routines, you may be used to some instant gratification, like you don't feel like doing something, go watch a movie, or go do something fun, or go for a walk. Or these are also having a routine for rest and relaxation is also part of a routine and self-discipline you need. But maybe you want to adopt the motto, work hard, play harder. So be very careful where you put these in the day. If you start with rest and relaxation, there's a time and place for that, and it's called college. No, that's from South Park. That's when you need the rest and relaxation from having done something, okay? My suggestion is to start the day with something you don't like to do, because the reward for the rest of the day will be, hey, there's only uphill from here because I've done already the horrible things. By the way, don't call them horrible things, because who wants to do horrible things? Nobody. So that's a sure way to ensure the fact that you won't do it. Just say the less pleasant things, the harder things, the more challenging things. I'm going to put them first in the day. In the first 2 or 3 hours of the day, I'm going to do that first, get it out of the way, and look forward to the rest of the day. And now to the exercise. This is what you have to do in order to acquire self-discipline and rewire your brain for a healthy, non-erratic routine, okay? I want you to take a piece of paper, or maybe if you like digitalizing stuff and you're eco, go to your laptop, computer, whatever you use, and create a sheet. Create a sheet, a table, in which you separate each day of the week from Monday to Sunday, or in the beginning if you don't want to do stuff, the Saturday, Sunday stuff, Monday to Friday, in which you separate them morning, afternoon, evening, and you have 2 columns which say things I will stop doing, and another column which says things I will start doing. So if you know that you have a poor, so that I'd avoid a less attractive word, a poor routine in the morning. For example, you start with something pleasant and you basically start procrastinating, putting off stuff that you know you should do, but you delay it. Maybe I feel like doing it in the rest of the day. Put it in the morning. Stuff I will start doing. I will start in the morning brushing my teeth every morning. I will start doing that because maybe you don't have a good routine in the morning for brushing your teeth. Or I will start from now on drinking that glass of water in the morning because my body needs to hydrate. Or I will start my day with 15 minutes walk, and I will get used to a routine of exercise. Oxygenate my brain, start the day well, I'll feel good for the rest of the day. Or in the other column, stuff I will stop doing. One thing I will stop doing every morning. I will stop starting my day with a cigarette, maybe. I will stop going to porn instantly every morning. Okay, for example. I will stop, fill in the blanks. Whatever you know you want to stop. One thing to stop and one thing to start every morning. And for the afternoon, again, you know your routine, which is probably chaotic, erratic. Put it in the afternoon column. I will stop, watching Netflix immediately after lunch because I don't feel like working again, or I don't feel like. Or I will start calling my friends in the afternoon or during lunchtime, or I will start not isolating myself and having lunch with whoever. Okay? So this is your exercise. 3 things to start, 3 things to stop per day. And divide your day in, morning, afternoon, evening, and start doing this exercise. Notice in the sheet for dates and times what you have tried, set up to do, which ones have succeeded, which ones not. And be careful how you judge your performance. Do not put yourself down. Globally evaluate, oh my God, what a poor person I am. What a shitty person I am because I haven't done this. No good. Okay, this is your exercise to acquire self-discipline and rewire your brain for productive days. Okay. What else? Yeah, this is it. This is your exercise. This is how I help you understand the lack of self-discipline and the lack of structure and how you have acquired it. And here's also the solution of how you solve it. Okay? I am very curious to find out how it's going for you, what is working, what isn't, what are your challenges, what are the next problems you're facing. Okay, so and give yourself time, because you have acquired a lack of discipline in many years. It's not going to take just as much. We rewire our brain pretty fast. You just have to stick to the task. In a few weeks or months, you can create productive routines. You just have to stick to it and repeat until it becomes autopilot. But yeah, it won't take as long as it took to create a erratic, unproductive way of doing things. But it will take some effort. In the beginning, it will be a bit weird. You just have to stick to it and become more familiar with it and create your own structure. You're basically reparenting yourself. So give yourself a break. You're learning. Be gentle and nice with yourself. Appreciate the fact that you are setting off on this challenge, and you will only grow for it. And stick to it, okay? All right, then. I'm looking forward to your comments and feedback, and let me know your next challenge. What do you want fixing? And I will produce a solution for you. Okay? Have a nice day, guys.